Hello, my name is Felipe Mora Carballo, and I welcome you to this presentation entitled Learning Elemental Ancient Greek, workshops designed for an adult population in a non-formal teaching environment. First and foremost, I must clarify that due to time constraints, I am forced to omit mentioning certain information in detail, information that you will nonetheless find in these slides. You may pause the presentation at any moment to read this information more carefully. This presentation is regarding a postgrad project of mine performed as a graduation requisite for a teaching degree with a specialization in classical philology. The project consisted in the design and application of a series of workshops for the learning of elemental ancient Greek. These workshops were designed for and applied to an adult population from Costa Rica's Great Metropolitan area, specifically on the grounds of Costa Rica's National Library, in a non-formal teaching environment and using pedagogical elements alternative to the traditional grammar translation method. Investigation on learning or teaching of ancient Greek is an area of null academic activity in Costa Rica. The chief educational institution offering ancient Greek in Costa Rica is the University of Costa Rica's School of Philology, Linguistics and Literature. The ruling method used in this institution, with foreseeable variations across courses or professors, is the traditional grammar translation method. The traditional grammar translation method is a product of German erudition that spread through Europe in the 19th century and eventually the USA, and was also known as the Prussian method. The approach to the target language is done chiefly through a detailed analysis of its grammatical rules, followed by the application of this knowledge in the translation of sentences and paragraphs, meaning in a deductive manner. As such, it considers the learning of the language as nothing more than a memorization of rules and information to understand and manipulate a language's morphology and syntax. The traditional grammar translation method hasn't been touched by the long series of teaching, pedagogical and educational, theorizing, experimentation, problematizing, development, and investigation instances proper of the 20th and current 21st century. There are two main theoretical alternative models, produced as a result of the intellectual current just mentioned. The first of these is the direct method, and the second is called the natural approach. The direct method is a version of the natural method developed by Guan and then consolidated by Sauveur in the 1860s, which finally took form at the beginning of the 20th century. Under this method, instruction is undertaken solely in the target language. Only vocabulary and phrases of common daily usage are taught. Oral proficiency is developed through question and answer exchanges of gradual complexity by the teacher and the students, in brief but intensive lessons. Grammar is taught in an inductive manner. Concrete vocabulary is taught through demonstration, objects, and images, whereas abstract vocabulary through the association of ideas. Talking and reading comprehension are taught, with an emphasis in correct pronunciation and grammatical usage. Now, as regards the natural approach, it was developed and published by Terrell and Krashen in The Natural Approach, dated 1983. It is based on 5 hypotheses. The acquisition-learning hypothesis, the monitor hypothesis, the natural order hypothesis, the input hypothesis, and finally the affective filter hypothesis. These 5 hypotheses lead to the following 4 implications. Now, what was designed and how? A particular series of 15 workshop sessions were developed and applied on the grounds of Costa Rica's National Library, grounded in a mixture of the direct method and the natural approach postulates. These theoretical postulates were integrated with the workshop model of teaching, Andragogy principles, and in a non-formal teaching environment. You might find the following table instructive on what sections the workshop sessions were composed of. To evaluate performance, a survey was applied to the students with the following results. And finally, the following is part of the list of conclusions which were reached based on the results of the project. I thank you very much for your time and hope you have a good day.